Hi, I'm Carol Owens, and this is Stockbridge Updates. You know, I've lived in this community 52 years, and the amount of respect and regard that I developed for the people of Stockbridge can hardly be exaggerated. And I've always been so proud at what they accomplished, ordinary folks, ordinary Americans in their little village, and they made such good decisions about their town so that in 2026 we have a little bit of Eden, and no kidding. We have clean air and clean water and lots of space, open land, agriculture, forestry. We've done a wonderful job, and that's why I'm so concerned. There's something coming down the pike from Boston called the seasonal communities, and it really has me worried. And here's why. Whatever it is that seasonal communities is supposed to offer us by the way of, I don't know, solution for our problems and lots of money, there's a price tag on it. And I want everybody to know what that is and to remember it, because you're going to have to vote at town meeting to approve seasonal communities, and I'm about to tell you why. Vote no. The act aims to limit local government's ability to set zoning laws and regulations, the very thing that we have been so good at for 200 years, that brought us to this spot, and we would lose control over our destiny going forward. Local communities, the rules go on to tell us, could lose input on housing development in their area. The act would prioritize state and federal guidelines over local needs. Potential for increased housing density without local consent or local planning. Now, advocates argue that it addresses housing shortages, and it may. No one's proved that. No one's implemented it yet, but that is the supposition. But critics fear the loss of local governance, and so do I. Now, we have a great show today, and you're really going to enjoy it. I have someone very special to introduce. He's a photojournalist, and through Stockbridge Updates, you know his work, and the compliments for his work every time Stockbridge Updates comes out pile up on my desk. Lionel, welcome. And Lionel, do an American a favor, pronounce your last name and tell us all about it.
Well, you have to pinch your nose first, and you have to say Delevingne, and singing the end of it, and that's. But I realize it's a difficult one, and Delevingne is fine as well. So Lionel.
Delevingne.
Yes, not Delevingne. No. I'm definitely French.
See?
So Delevingne would be, would be Italian, and it's fine. It comes from the Latin vinea, and Vine's declination, which means divine. It means it was given by the church back then in the year 1000 to those good people of the town if they did something for the church. And so the church gave them property, a vine, and 20 vines in this case, because le vigne means 20 vines.
How nice.
Thank
you so much.
So you can call me great man, you know.
Thank you so much. Now listen, make us equally smart about photojournalism, because you are a well-known and reputable photojournalist. Tell us what that's all about.
That's very kind of you to. Yes, I love being well known in my community and be appreciated that way. So basically, what started was that I came to travel to the United States and the world, discover the world. And I needed, I was a writer, really coming out of school, having quit school actually. I dropped out of school. I was going to be a teacher. I was tenured for life, but I decided to expand on that. And I discovered that I wanted something. I was losing my language, my good French. I had trouble speaking anything at the same level. So photography came about very soon. Dropped writing, so these were reportage on this and that, social concerns, and photography merged in and ended up being the main vehicle of my observations as a documentarian of where the West was. My grand concept in being in this country, in the USA, where I ended up settling in 1975, I wanted to see how far the Western world would end. And I'm finding out today it may be just that. But I saw then solutions, and I wanted to be part of solutions. So the media world here provided me with many outlets to document and explain, being a visual explanator in ways, and I was successful.
Oh, you were very
quite
successful.
Fast. So,
yes.
So I was staff photographer for the Valley Advocate, which was then a very important media in the Valley, and we expanded to other
New York
states.
Times,
New York Times,
Mother Jones, many.
New Age, East West Journal, Not Men Apart. I was covering, I was working with most of the American press, and I was the correspondent of a magazine in France as well.
So let me just recap, and you correct me. I write commentary for the op-ed page, and what you're telling me is photojournalism is commentary, but the medium is images rather than words. Is that close?
Yes, very much so. It's an photography has that editorial function to itself, or at least it used to in a very valid way. Certainly, it was worth 1,000 of my words, if not 1,000 of your words. So it really fit my personality. I had started agonizing over writing, and photography gave me that. I had that visual facility. My brain was more geared. It seems to be to editorialize in ways.
I really want to look at some of your images with you, because to say you have an eye, it undercuts what you do. I mean, you can tell a story and make a comment and make a judgment with your eye. And let's just show the audience. Let's take this first one. Now, tell me.
Cafe. So this place is, if you can read, it says it's not recommended. The Emerald does not recommend this place, and so there are two levels on that. I traveled there for a project that lasted a few years. My best friend Steve Turner, who's passed now, was who I, as a writer, associated myself with on grand reportage. And in this case, he settled in eastern Washington state. And that's where we are here. We are in Lind, Adams County, Washington. And it's a town that has some dignity, but basically is dying the way that many American towns and cities have taken the path of. And that is the ambivalence that I see here. It is the 4th of July weekend. And this is the only outfit miles around. And so it used to be a brothel, a morgue, and now it serves the function of social ground. Yeah.
How interesting. Let's see the next one, because now that's very different to my uneducated eye. What have we here?
Well, that is Eastern Washington State and the Amber Waves. So a book came out of those of that travel. A second book. Steve published a book with many of my photographs, or at least a cover, if I recall. And then the publisher gave me my own book on the same grounds, which is the rural American, saga in itself.
Did you say that was Amber Waves of Grain?
It is what it is. It's
from the song, obviously.
It has. That was the first. That was the titling of Steve's book, and I picked up on that. It's a sort of place that's. If you are on 90, Route 90 actually goes. The Pike goes there, and you make time to Seattle, between Spokane and Seattle. But we decided to stay. He decided to stay. That is my friend. And then I came to visit, and I said, what is he doing there? He's depression is something. No, it was a childhood's dream that he had kept in mind since he had worked on a farm there, came back to it. And I sat with him, and he was working out of a room with shades drawn, and that is typical of a writer. They can make things up.
Yeah.
But I tried to open the windows for him, and I did, and so I started traveling myself through the fields, and I suddenly realized I was on top of the world. I may have been alone, and people would pass by every maybe 30, 45 minutes, and they'd actually wait at the crossroads and would say hello. There was something beautiful in there, and that expresses loneliness as well as the beauty.
I can see
space,
both those things.
Space, it's incredible. But at first, and then that's what brings me to the winter of New England, and we can talk about that.
All right, well, let's see what the next picture is. Oh, this is one of my favorites.
The remnants of non-technological agriculture, I suppose. We never figured out what it was. They are rollers, but they're symbolizing for me my association, my great friendship with Steve. So it's like he did not like the picture. He thought it was stupid. But
I love it. Yeah. It was stupid. Well,
but I've always liked it. And
Fooey fadoodle with him. I love it.
But it's what you discover in the space there, remnants of the past, and the space crystallizes on objects.
Could I just mention something else? It's amazing the light in this picture. And I mean, do you wait for that? Can you engineer it? How do you get it's fabulous light?
That's photography. We wait for that moment. We sometimes have to wait for that moment. And in this case, it's not so late in the day, but I usually, sometimes I only had 15, 20 minutes of bracket time to do my best photographs. And so that's to answer the question in general. In this particular case, it's just beautiful. And however, you can see a yellow tint on the lower cloud, and that is because things were burning. There was a terrible fires in the west then, and that was coming. So that's what I see in that photograph.
Oh my goodness!
But the beauty of the light is there. It's that soft and a bit. I also like that photograph in black and white. and I've
Really?
recently printed it that way.
I've not seen that. I've
On
only
a close-up
seen
of
this
it,
way.
on a
Yeah.
close-up of those two rollers. Oh, by the way, I never cropped my picture until nowadays, until the Trump story. I was always my photographs were never cropped, changed, manipulated in any way. I pride myself in full framing what I saw was
But then
done.
what happened? You said now sometimes you do crop.
Well, there is no reality anymore. It's a world of, AI has come in. We can talk about that, and I can enjoy it too. But in journalism, this has brought another level of things, and so I feel like I might as well compete in the disease than in the in the reality itself. So until for all of my work until a few years ago have been it's very strictly Puritan in ways. I just would not crop, would give you full reality.
That is so fascinating. That is so interesting.
It's necessary. Yeah.
Let's. Now this is part of a show of yours, is it not?
Yeah. Thank you for pointing it out. It's so it's a bit of a recap on those two moments of in my work. It's Pete Seeger, the American folk singer. Yeah, on the left for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's got that banjo of his that says that this instrument surrounds hate and surrounders it.
Surrenders it. Yes.
Yeah, and so Pete, I met Pete a few times, and he liked the picture. We raised substantial amount of money for In These Times and other radical publications, 7 days in New York City, at some point with that picture, if I recall. And when I met him, he said, I was wondering who took that picture. And I said, do you like it? He did. I never got tired of it. He incarnates for me some good part of the American conscience. He is a good representative of the America that I loved and stayed for. I wanted to help.
There's something between the image and the word conscience where you've really captured a picture of conscience. And I think I wrote you something once, and I believe you made fun of me, but I'll share it anyway. And that was that your pictures are technically wonderful, but I love them because there's also emotion and even sometimes philosophy in them. And that's what I think makes your picture stand out. And that's true of that picture. I mean, there is a man of conscience.
Oh, he is. I mean, to me...
And you've captured that. Yeah.
Well, he is a beautiful part of America. We need more of them. And I think they're around.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next one.
But the thing is, it's opposing to a God,
it's oppositional.
Which is that fascist sort of way that we're looking at here. And my X's in the middle, actually, this new. These are my adventures at the car wash in Lee. Lee, Massachusetts, right? And Great Barrington. They're both from the same company, the Patriot Washing Co. I enjoyed them tremendously. It's time you can be. It's during COVID. I needed to explore things that there didn't seem to be much going on. So that's what I did.
Is this the restaurant?
No, this is my gallery in Hudson. I had two.
Okay, just to mention that Alta in Lenox has gallery space in the second room, and those pictures are Lionel's, and they're marvelous. But in this case, this is Hudson.
This is Hudson, and so this is my work, my abstract work there. That has come, from the adventures at the car wash, where I redo reality. What is the X? It's no longer a factor of stop, but it's a factor. It's meant to go forward. It's meant to explode and find new reality, and that's the same thing here. So the picture on the left is New Marlborough. Those barns are famous. The middle one is Stockbridge Tombstone. It's a testing ground for the chemical that is going to wash them later on, and I cut that yellow light for me. It's a portal. And then we've got the Stockbridge Recycling Center, blue that, it's also my portal. And then Antarctica, where, just like Sisyphus, we've got this little penguin climbing hills and
oh, we're going to see that in a minute.
Yeah.
And what? Yeah. Oh, this is lovely.
Well, that's what we've got. It's like in my consciousness. Eugene Smith, the famous war photographer and Life magazine photographer, came after recuperating from World War II. He produced that famous picture with two children walking, and that becomes entrenched in one's mind. And when you see the light at the end like this, it's the end of the tunnel, and so it's maybe so in my that's just, to me, that's the same thing as seeing light at the end of the tunnel, and so it's universal, I suppose. I'm not copying him in any way, but we all copy each other there and finding that light, I suppose. So.
Well, the light at the end of the tunnel, I mean, am I wrong in saying that light at the end of the tunnel is a hopeful image?
Absolutely.
Because this reads hope to me.
That's meant to inspire hope. That's what when I put these pictures on Facebook or Instagram, which I do daily, I play with that. And when times are grim, the news are grim, that sort of picture or a little green sprout out of the snow, will I know will touch people, and I mean to do that. So.
There's one picture that's like that I love so much. We'll get to in a minute.
So that's right. I mean, that's the Berkshires. It's in my backyard.
Lily pads.
Yeah. I don't have to travel the world. I have it here, and it's the untouched environment in many, in still a good proportion. And I enjoy looking at things at the many levels it has, and here that, these are maybe the three levels. The sky is reflecting.
And it's from your back patio.
It's basically, that's it. It's like Candide,
A lovely
back to the
spot.
garden. And
And what? Oh, this is marvelous.
I mean, in the midst of despair, one can find in oneself, something that cannot be vanquished. It's beauty. Albert Camus, 1941, said that. That is pretty much what I feel here. We do find beauty if we look hard, and it sustains us. So that's what it is. It's also hope.
Yeah, and Albert Camus is one of my favorites too. And Camus, finding that which cannot be vanquished is one definition of beauty, is what he is trying to explain. Mm-hmm. So even though that's not a frilly, colorful rosebud or something or another, it is beautiful in that it cannot be vanquished.
It's the simplicity of it that, you're not feeling good that day, but you propel yourself to walk the snow, and there's really, it's cold, but suddenly your mind looks down, and you're going to find something, and it's there. And I just printed in the last week about 150 photographs like this of twigs and survivors and Yeah, I'm very much in love of winter in the end.
Yeah, and I think, and just wait on the penguins a minute, but I think that what those black and white pictures of yours always say to me is life will out.
Yes, yes.
And all right, and at the other end of life, here are penguin children.
Oh, they are wonderful. These will become my friends. They are great hosts, and I recommend to anyone before it melts away to go to Antarctica. It's also that, that survival spirit which you adapt. It's Anthropocene in ways that used to be tropical forests, by the way. So long time ago.
Very long.
But these are a couple of species. There are not that many, or they are in micro forms, but it's very endearing. And I was in a Zodiac, one of these inflatable boats, and passed by, couldn't raise it. It looks like they're in the sky in paradise, too.
I think, yes, it really does.
It's
looks like they're dancing in paradise. Yeah. I think we have one left.
Uh-huh. Oh,
there it is.
Well, that says it all then.
That's the one that says it all. This is so much one of my favorites.
Junco, right? Someone pointed it on Facebook saying that's a Junco. I didn't know. For me, he's just that image of, of us surviving. It's life surviving, life. And
again, life will out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's the simplicity. That's what I found beauty in the simplicity. I want to explain it. We've got all sorts of reason to love living, but it's becoming difficult. But it is there. It is there, and it can grow on you. As the way I look at photographs. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's in smaller and smaller things that are more and more humble. And that's why I love that. Mm-hmm. That's just a little humble fledgling.
Thank you.
I have to say, what a real pleasure it is to have you here. And all of you don't have to hear it from me. This is a man who sees more than most of us when he looks, and we are so lucky that he then captures it for us. Lionel, thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Carol. You're wonderful. Thank you.